Hello everybody and welcome back to Zooming into Scripture. So this video will be addressing a question that is by no means new and has been addressed by many people throughout history as well as on YouTube. But yet I still see it commonly used online, so I hope to be able to clear up confusion for people who have encountered this question but do not know how to answer it. So the question goes like this: can God create a stone so heavy that he cannot lift it? Whether yes or no, it seems the theist has to concede that God cannot do something and therefore is not omnipotent. To the unprepared theist, this question can be very tricky to answer, and you might not even be able to think of an answer. But continue watching this video and you'll see that this question is not hard to answer as long as we have our definitions correct. So speaking of definitions, the first issue with this question is its faulty definition of omnipotence. When Christians say that God can do anything, we mean that God can do anything raw power can do, anything that is possible to do. But no amount of power can overcome logical impossibility. And God, being the grounding of reality and logic, cannot violate his own nature. Think of it this way: God couldn't make a square circle, a two-sided triangle, or one-ended sticks, as these are just logical absurdities. Also, we know there are already things God cannot do as an all-powerful, perfect being. God cannot sin because he is morally perfect. He cannot cease to exist because he is the perfection of being, and he cannot logically contradict himself because he is perfectly logical. So now let's consider the rock again. The question itself is essentially asking if God's infinite power can overwhelm his infinite power, or can God think of a mathematical equation too difficult for him to solve? It's just pure nonsense. Now, just for fun, let's consider the rock yet again, but now let's ask, how big do you think this rock would have to be for an infinite God to lift? If you said infinite, you are right, but hold on. Now we have yet another problem. We now have moved into a category mistake. Any rock is finite by definition, as it has boundaries regardless of its size. So basically we would have to consider an infinite finite rock. And now we are back at the logically impossible. It's a nonsense question no matter which way you look at it. And as C.S. Lewis said, nonsense is nonsense, even when we speak it about God. So, all right, now let's just say after all this is presented, the atheist says, or anyone who objects to this says, hey, you are just changing the definition of omnipotence to escape the question. Now, what would you say in this case? Well, what they're saying is God can indeed perform logical absurdities. So you could just then say, God can create a rock so big that he can't lift it, but he lifts it anyway. And of course, they'll be like, what? But that's logically absurd. Exactly. Well, thanks for watching this pretty short video on the subject, but I hope that you found it helpful. And if you liked it, make sure to like and subscribe, as I try to upload every week if you like this kind of thing. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time.